here we go, just coming. Hello, it is Sunday, October the 20th. It is a bright, cool, and breezy day, and I'm in the reading up with a nice hot cup of tea. And a bag to unbag, as it were, because yesterday I got back from another convention. This one was Airecon West, a board gaming convention which took place at the Telford International Centre in the town of Telford, about 40 minutes train journey away from Birmingham, north of Birmingham, although it took me a bit longer because of the train hassles I had both getting there and especially coming back. Anyway, so Airecon West is an extension to Airecon, a big board gaming fixture which takes place in Harrogate every year. This event, I suppose, was running over 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I think attracted there. I suppose I would have seen about 200 people there yesterday playing board games, maybe a few more, and about 10 traders, but sadly only on yesterday anyway, 3 role players. There was a room put aside for role playing, but one table was occupied by a board game, and another was occupied by the role players. And that's fine. I mean, obviously, it's really a board game focused event, and essentially, I was invited to take part in the role playing because that group only had 2 players, and I would have liked to have stuck around, but I knew I was probably going to have a difficulty getting back with the trains. But anyway, I did do a bit of shopping and picked up some board games to review in the coming few weeks. Some of which I kind of heard of, but not been able to see. They don't always make it to my local shops, so nice to actually have a browse of some board games and pick some up. So what did I pick up? So the first thing I picked up was this. This is Monkey Palace, a stacking game of building essentially a monument or sort of palace to monkeys, which they can run around on and have fun, as it were. And it's a Lego game. And it's the first of a new series of Lego games. Lego is actually coming back into the board gaming market after many years away from it. I mean, it did put out some games, I suppose, about a decade ago or so. And some of them were supposed to be quite good, and never really got to try them out. Even one of them was a proto role-playing game. But this is for ages 10 plus, 2 to 4 players, 45 minutes. And it does include a monkey as you build up, and you're scoring banana points. And essentially what you're trying to do is build a staircase and impress monkeys and get bananas, which sounds fun enough. And this sort of thing has sort of the qualities of Lego, tactile, and makes you feel like you are building things. I think that's great. That's probably good for a family game. And then the other biggish game I got there, and I say it's not particularly big because I don't have time for big games anymore. It's mostly fillers. Is Sky Team Prepare for Landing? And this is a cooperative game. I do like cooperative games, and my partner likes cooperative games. But it's specifically for 2 players, in which pilot and co-pilot attempt to land their airliner, their aircraft, at various airports around the world of increasing difficulty. And it plays about 20 minutes or so, it says, and there we go, there's the setup. That looks a lot of fun. It's interesting, and really quite an intriguing setup for a game, in trying to land an aeroplane. Something that none of us, hopefully, are ever going to get to do. I say none of us. Very few of us are going to ever get to do, hopefully, except on a simulator, if that's what you really want to go for. And then I've picked up a couple of little card games, one of which is Rafter 5. This is the very latest from Oink Games, the Japanese publisher, who does a lot of mini games. So they're little games in small packages, but they offer actually quite a lot of gameplay and ones you kind of want to come back to, even though they don't necessarily have a very long playing time. The most well-known one being Scout, which is a really great little card game. Really like it. At that's Rafter 5. It's a stacking game. I'm not a huge fan of stacking and balancing games, but it's an Oink game, so you never know. It might actually be pretty good. And then, what have I got in here? Oh, yes. Penultimately, I have Sea Salt and Paper, and the expansion Sea Salt and Paper Extra Salt. And I picked this up after actually playing it. I met a couple of friends there, and they said, "Do you want to join us?" I said, "Sure." Because I mean, the thing is, it's a convention where essentially I didn't really know anyone. I went up on to see what was going on, just to put my head around the corner, and I thought I might play some games. And I was getting ready to sort of go, come back and do some writing, and then I went, "Okay, oh, that's my friend Nick, that's my friend Roger," and then they said, "Do you want to join us?" And I said, "Yes." Right, very nice. Introduced me to the friend Gus, and we played 3 games in the afternoon. One quite long one, Zia, a Legend of the Drift Saga. A couple of games of this to really get the hang of it and know that I wanted to play it again. And then Tinder Blocks, which is another stacking game about building a fire. And I actually enjoyed all of the games. Didn't win any of them. That's fine. But this one is a set collecting, trick taking kind of game where you're trying to get cards into your hand to get them into pairs to play them for special effects and score points, and so on over the course of the game. Plays quite quickly, but the great thing about it is just going to show you that hopefully you can just see some of the artwork on there. So essentially, it's got a sea. It's sea themed, aquatic as it were. So you've got crabs. There's a sailor there. There's penguins. There's lobsters, sharks, and jellyfish, and so on. But all of the images are of origami objects. So basically, somebody's folded and photographed and put onto these cards, and they're absolutely gorgeous. That's really nice. It's a lovely card game. I mean, and it's nice and relaxing as well. It's not a very particularly combative game. Although there is kind of a take that element to it occasionally. And the last thing I picked up is this, which is Caverns of the Wise Minister. There's so this is a role-playing supplement I picked up because there was one role-playing. There were a couple of role-playing publishers there, Britannia Games, and then who are these guys? That's Death Throes. Ex Stasis Games, who I've seen before and had a chat with. And they've got a couple of things that I would have liked to have picked up, but I sort of let's pick up some of the things I'm not going to pick up otherwise. I might see them at the convention, of course. But they sort of said, a very nice sort of like Dungeons and Dragons campaign here, special edition, and I look forward to giving that a review in due course. Do a proper unboxing as well. And they gave me the CD that goes with it, or CD-ROM, which nicely purple, and that's it. That's what I picked up. So not a lot, but I mean enough to keep myself sort of occupied, along with everything else, of course. Would I go again if I had friends going to Airecon West? Yes, I would check first. Go and play for the afternoon, play some games. If you haven't got that going on, possibly not. If you live local, then probably. I mean, I'm sort of local, but it's nice to get out for the day, see Telford. I've not actually been to Telford before, and actually just play some games. Anyway, I do hope you enjoyed this unbagging in the Nook. If you did, then please do click on the like button down below, and if you've got any comments or other feedback, I do appreciate you taking the time to post those. And lastly, if you want to be alerted to get more unboxings in the Nook, with the occasional unbagging, then please do hit the subscribe button down below. Lastly, thanks to my friend Nick Marsh, Roger Burton West, and their friend Gus for keeping me entertained for the afternoon, playing some board games. A nice time, and hopefully I might get a chance to game with them again. In the meantime, thanks again for watching. I'll be back again soon with another unboxing in the Nook. Bye for now.